Good morning. Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here on a holiday weekend. Like I said, the cool thing about these parties is just jump on and watch whenever you're available. So it's not like a big commitment or anything like that. This is very chill. That's my daughter, Kinley. She's sitting at the table making a bracelet for her dad while I do my video. And the deal is like, let's see who gets finished first. You know the games. So, I was gonna hop on real quick and show you, well, first welcome you here, but then show you my favorite one compact makeup system that has like literally changed the game for me. I mean, I wasn't even like huge into makeup, was not looking for new makeup when I bumped into this makeup on social media and I like immediately fell in love with it. No lie. Is the only reason why I share it with women all over. And it truly is like my passion to help women, especially maturing women, which is basically considered like 35 and up. Once our skin starts changing and stuff, like it's my like passion to help women like love their skin and their makeup again. I know a lot of us at this age start wearing less makeup or no makeup at all because we think that it either doesn't look good, it's starting to settle into fine lines and wrinkles, look cakey, look dull, our skin is changing, we're getting more sun damage showing through, hyperpigmentation. A lot of us have rosacea and other things, skin sensitivities, and you may even be nervous to put certain makeup on it because you don't want to make it worse. And so the great thing about this makeup is how healthy the ingredients are for your skin. I don't know if you've ever looked at the ingredients on your makeup before, but like, wow, eye-opening. I'm not somebody who really pays attention to clean products, although I probably should. And I have a slide coming up where I'll post the ingredients of this makeup and kind of a comparison to some of the other ones that, is Monica on here? I thought, oh no, okay. Kind of some of the other ones that you may be using right now and how many more like chemicals and things are in them. So you don't have to worry about this makeup whatsoever on your skin. I know a lot of other women who have sensitive skin use this makeup and they have no issues whatsoever. And like I said, even if you're a makeup minimalist, you only like throw it on here and there when you're going out or to special occasions, like this is the makeup that you want to switch to and use. Hydrating creams are everything. As we get older, everything is drying out. And even if you have oily skin, you think you have oily skin, a lot of times oily skin is a sign that your skin is thirsting for hydration and actually overproducing oil. And it's actually dry skin that's overproducing the oil. So, number one, obviously makeup isn't like magic. I mean, some of this makeup is, but it's not going to solve all your problems. Everything starts with a good skincare routine, especially as we're aging, you know. Don't get tired and go to sleep with your makeup on, and make sure you have like some decent products you're using. Make sure you're exfoliating 1 to 2 times a week, which I honestly just started doing in the last year. I was not great at all of this either. And dermaplaning, shaving your face. It will not grow back thicker, and it really just helps to let all the good juicy serums and things that you're putting onto your skin soak in and really do the job that they're meant to do without that peach fuzz barrier and your makeup sticking to, you know, the hair on your face. So your makeup's gonna slide on a lot more smoother and look a lot better. I feel like I'm really, really close to this. Okay, so let me show you. This is my all-in-one makeup compact. I mean, I just think it's basically smaller than my cell phone, and I think it's just brilliant that everything is in one place. We know we all have these huge makeup bags and drawers where you try so many things and they just sit there. I am never gonna go back to, first of all, traditional like liquids and powders. Again, as we age, you want to use less and less of that because they are just going to settle in to those textured areas and make them look more textured. less is more for sure. So with this makeup system, you need very minimal product on your face. You won't even feel it if you're putting it on correctly. And it is not going to settle. It is going to bring back a youthful glow to your skin. It's pretty amazing. And you do not know the difference until you try something like this, because I had no clue that this even existed. And I'm just like super excited about it, if you can't tell. So hold on, please. Yes, Kinley. You're done already? Oh, come show them the finished bracelet for Daddy. Wow, he's gonna love that because he has a black wedding ring. And that, oh no, we did it again. I can't tell you how many times I tried to help her make this yesterday and we dropped it. Thankfully that time it was only a few. Here, be very careful. Here, put these few back on and then I'll help you tie it when I'm finished. You obviously won the game. Okay, where was I? I don't even know. But yes, everything in one place. So they come in different sizes. You can start with one as small as a 4-pack. So you would just pop your 4 colors in here. They come in these little magnetic tins. And so you just push them out of the tin and then pop the color in here and they magnet to this thing. This is the perfect way to get your feet wet and make sure you love the makeup, which honestly is 30 days return exchanges, swap exchange, whatever. I don't want you to keep something you don't love. So if you decide to buy the makeup, it's literally no hard feelings. I mean that. If you don't love it or you want to change out a color that I recommended for you, it's no big deal at all. So this is not like a high risk thing. You're not stuck with it. And then this is the medium size compact. This is an 810 one. So in here I have, okay, the foundation is a 3-dimensional foundation. It's called their 3D foundation. The 3D foundation, and that's basically like what they're known for. Our faces are not one-dimensional. They're not meant to slap a one color on your face. So when you use more of a shade, and they have different terminology in this company. So this is like your main highlight, your brightening highlight, which is similar to your foundation and your concealer, and then your contour. These 3 colors make up your 3D foundation. Sculpts your face, lifts your face. Just when you talk about highlighting and contour, which again, never knew how to do it, learned all this in the last year, but this system makes it super easy to do. There's different ways to apply this makeup. If you've seen it on social media before, you'll see the dot method, which is very popular, where I send you a face placement map and you basically dot the colors where they go and then blend at the end with one single brush. So quick, easy. The colors do not transfer on the brush. They go into their face where they're supposed to be. You pick the next color and do the next step. So it's really easy. You look crazy for a little bit when you dot it on, and then you blend it and everything comes together in this 3-dimensional look. My second level is my bronzer, my highlighter, which is, yes, a highlighter in traditional makeup world, but we call them illuminators at Saint. And I put these next to each other because I like to swirl them together, and this just gives like a little bit more of a sheen look that you'll see. And then this is my blush color, which it doubles as a lip and cheek. So you could put it on your cheek and your lips. They come in satin shades and gloss shades, but I love the gloss shades opposed to the matte ones, because especially for my lips, like my lips are dry, and so I want something that's more glossy. And then these are 2 wax color correctors. These aren't even cream, they're wax. This is non-detectable makeup. I have a slide on this coming up that explains it more. I don't want to get too complicated and too detailed, but I cannot live without this peach tone. You use the color wheel, you pick something opposite, the color opposite on the color wheel to neutralize any distractions on your face. So if you have any blue-green under your eyes, you're going to use a peach tone to color correct. And then if you have purple under your eyes, you're going to use yellow. There's all different colors. I feel like those are the 2 popular ones. So I'll mention those. And I'm going to put those on. Honestly, I think that when you have mature skin, like lots of concealer, no good. The skin is so thin and textured under here, and all that's going to do is make it look worse and draw attention to it. You do not want to put a really light concealer under there, no more the V thing, too much. So I do have a concealer shade in here, which is a little bit darker than, see, it's not real white. We're not making it after a certain age, you can't, like I was just going to say, we know that when you're younger, like, let's be honest, anything looks good. So there really are no rules when you look younger. This makeup looks gorgeous on young skin, but I like to focus on the fact that it's very, very helpful for skin that is aging, and how I've seen the difference between what I was using and this as my skin is starting to change and in age. So, I'm kind of like a squirrel. I jump to different topics. Sorry. I get really excited when I talk about it and I forget what I was just saying about the last part. But as far as the wax color correctors, like you'll see that I'm going to skip this area when I do my main makeup. And then at the very end, I'm going to tap into that and lightly color correct some of these areas to brighten things up. And most days I won't even put the concealer shade on there. I'll only use these. They are magical. Okay, enough talking. Let me get a sip of my coffee. And I tend to talk fast, but I'm trying to talk fast also because I don't want to take up too much of your time. And again, this is a very simple system, so although I'm explaining it more in detail, this is going to take you 3 minutes to slap on your face. It's not like high maintenance whatsoever. Okay, so again, like I said, there's different ways to apply it. Makeup is not one size fits all. Like I said, I have a lot of hyperpigmentation and sunspots. So when I do the method where I dot the different colors and blend, it doesn't give me enough coverage on these areas. So I tend to apply it like you would normally apply your makeup. So I'm gonna dot into my main highlight shade, which is the darker one, the one closest to my skin tone. And I'm just gonna start dotting this on my face. We're not swiping because you're gonna just swipe off the makeup and waste the product. With creams, you're pushing them into your skin, stippling. And these tins may look small, but they last a really long time. This stuff is so highly pigmented. I'm barely tapping in here, okay? So if you notice, I'm bringing my main highlight shade up in this under eye area, okay? Versus putting a bunch of light, bright concealer there. So even you see that compared to that, and it took 2 seconds. Like I said, it feels good on your skin. It just feels like a second skin. You're not gonna go out feeling like you have a lot of makeup on or looking like a different person. I hope you all have some fun Memorial Day plans. We are meeting my parents for lunch today, me, my husband, and my 7-year-old daughter, Kinley, who you just saw. And then she's going over to Grandmom and Grandpop's to swim and play. And Stan and I are gonna have some adult time and go get lunch and some drinks with a gift card that I got. And then, let's get hair on there. And then she'll sleep over Grandma and Poppy's, and we'll go over there tomorrow. They are really, really nice pool on the Bradenton River. So we'll go over there and swim and barbecue. My cousin Melanie, who lives in St. Pete, is coming, so that should be nice. Okay, so I have the main shade on, and I just brought my skin all more to an even complexion. And the beauty about this makeup is you can wear the thinnest layer if you feel like, oh, hey, I like thicker coverage and it didn't cover that area good enough. Start with less and then add more in just the areas that you feel like you need a little bit more. Okay, and then like I said, I'm gonna skip the concealer for now. I'm gonna go back and do that at the end because I only wanna use a little bit, just what I feel like is absolutely needed, which really it's not needed at all, but you know what I mean. Number 2, contour. Never used contour before a year and a half ago when I started using this makeup. Wasn't all into makeup, didn't know all the techniques. This has just become like a new hobby of mine, which is like came out of nowhere. But like I said, I'm just having so much fun doing it. And I'm learning so much. Like I'm quite the researcher. So when I like am interested in something, I dive all in and learn all about it. This is something now at this age, I'm 42, I will not go without. I think it's a must. If you want your skin to look a little bit, you know, it's kind of like makeup tricks, just tightens your skin up a little bit. If you kind of move your face, you'll see where your natural shadows are. And you want to put some of that in your natural shadows to give the illusion of a lifted, sculpted, tighter look, because we're losing, you know, elasticity in our skin every year that we get older. So this is a cooler shade, and that's on purpose, and it's different than bronzer, which is a warmer shade, because the cooler shades are gonna, like I said, add, basically deepen those shadows that are already in your face. So they have different, what's the word? I hate when I do this when I can't think of a specific word I want. They serve different purposes. Wow, that was a big word that I forgot. They serve different purposes, and I think they're both, you know, pertinent. If I was going to skip one, it's crazy because you'd think that I'd say, oh, I'd skip the contour. That seems more complicated. But no, I actually skipped the bronzer. Like to me, these 3 are non-negotiables now. So I'm going to flip to, this is called the 3D brush. This side is great for, because you know, it's a little fluffier. And then this side is like a cone shaped, more densely packed end. So I'm going to go into the contour, and like I said, I'm going to put a little bit. You're going to feel for your cheekbone here. We don't want to put it too low because that's going to drag our face down. And so you're going to put a little bit at the top of your cheekbone, okay? And then just like I said, push in and kind of flick up. Now you don't want to blend it too much to where you completely blend it all away. In and up. Monica was one of my first friends that I tried this makeup on when I first got it. I was so excited. She immediately contacted me. You know, you're either a girl that like buys the things on social media or you're not. Me and Monica are definitely the girls that try things and buy things. I think it's fun. I definitely return everything I don't like, so it's not like I'm wasting my money. But I am a sucker who is influenced 100%. And sometimes it really pays off. Obviously, this gave me like, you know, a passion hobby in my life that I never had before, which I was kind of desperately seeking. So it's weird that it turned out to be makeup, but like I needed this for me. Okay, so we dotted that on. Now, next, a lot of people will do their forehead. This is all take it or leave it, okay? Whatever works for you. My forehead isn't too big. I think it's just average. I don't like putting it on my forehead because my forehead skin is more dry than the rest of my face. And the more product that I put on it, I just find that it looks like it starts to get a little bit like flaky. So I don't know. I don't know why my forehead is more dry than the rest, but I prefer, and also with the hyperpigmentation, I don't want to put too much product in to where that pops back through. So I just found over time that I don't do my forehead. But if you want to do your forehead anything that you put this cool shade on is going to make things recede, and it's going to make your forehead look smaller. You basically would make a TP here and put it along the perimeter here, okay? And that's going to make it look smaller and more receded there. And then the other spot, some people do their nose. You could put 2 small lines on your nose at the top of your nose and then almost tap it in with your fingers, and it'll make your nose look more like a little button nose. I like my nose. I don't really care. I don't do that one, but I definitely do under here. You don't want to put it on your face. You want to feel for this bone with your finger and put it under your jawline, especially if you have some jowls forming here. Just run a line here. Under here, you can more so swipe it and see, it's just going to give you more of a defined shadow and make you look more snatched. Make sure that's blended good. Okay. Let's see. This actually is a setting powder. And again, I said powders minimally if you're over 30, 35. But I will tap this in. Again, the creams are very hydrating. So especially in the beginning, if you switch over to them, there might be a little bit of an adjustment period where your skin looks a little bit more oily because it's not used to that kind of moisture and hydration. So for me, I just tap this at this point in my T-zone. Very lightly. Again, this is a densely packed. It's got a blurring effect if you have some bigger pores, which I do. And I'm just going to tap it around here and then up here. And if you're going to put eye makeup on, I would tap a little bit under here because that will just avoid your fallout sticking. But again, the smallest amount. Okay. Now I'm going to flip, and I think I'm going to do my blush first. Like I said, this is a glossy blush, so it's going to give you more of a dewy look. We have satin shades that will give you more of a matte look. My personal favorite is to have 2 options in here because, again, you're going to want the glossy one for your lips. So I usually suggest 2 colors to people when they get color matched. And this one, I literally think is one of like the top colors that I recommend people. It looks good on every skin tone. It's just beautiful. You're gonna tap lightly in there, and I mean, just like look at that beautiful sheen. I really don't even use this illuminator very much because the blush itself is gorgeous and already gives you that like shine that you almost don't even need it. Like when the light hits this and you're out in the sun, oh, it looks so beautiful. And so you're basically marrying the blush with your contour. At this point, you can push in a little bit like harder if you feel like you have to blend the contour a little bit more in. But again, you don't want to blend it completely away because we want to see that shadow there that's going to make us look more sculpted. Okay? Sculpted. More sculpted. Okay, I need coffee. Okay, then at this point, if I'm going to wear bronzer that day, which like most of us, our necks are going to be lighter than our faces. So bronzer is now, you put on the cooler shade. Bronzer is now going to bring the warmth back into your skin and always bring it down your neck. So everything is matching. So we're going to tap, and I'm going to tap this where the sun would naturally hit your face and give you a tan. So like I said, I opt out for the contour up here. You're basically putting the bronzer in the same places as the contour, but they're 2 different browns and they really do serve 2 different purposes that are both you know, come together really beautifully. So although I skip the contour on the perimeter of my forehead, I do like putting the bronzer up there. And then I'm gonna put it at the top of my cheekbones into my blush and dot it over my nose, because again, those high points of your face is where the sun would naturally hit. And you can put as little or as much as you want. Some people like a really bronzer look. And honestly, I mean, you could do just bronzer and skip the blush if you feel like it. And all these shades are so versatile. Like, you can take the bronzer and it's like the most beautiful eyeshadow, like cream eyeshadow color. There are no rules with this makeup. And like I said, think how quick you can get ready, because you just pop, pop, pop. If you have hooded eyes like me, which means your eyes go down like this, you always want to make sure that you're bringing your eyeshadow up above this crease, which is when we were younger, that was a total no-no. That's what you want to do now to make your eyes look more open. And see, that just added, I mean, I put the smallest amount on. You could put more, but that just added like a beautiful bronze look to my eyes and make them look a little bit more open. Like I said, bring it down your neck. So everything looks nice and even. And you don't need much, so just tap in there ever so lightly, especially with the bronzer. I might put a little bit more today. Okay. And then I'm gonna pop the cheek color on my lips. You can also put the cheek color on your eyelids if you want. Like I said, this is just kind of a lip color that looks good on everybody and on the cheeks, so I love to recommend this one. It's called Desert Sunset. All right. If you want to make this look even more snatched at this point, my camera won't stay right. You can go to your lighter concealer shade and tap into this and kind of dot it right under the contour line and bring it down. So that will just make it look even more sculpted and lifted. Okay, let's do this side so I look even. And if you'll notice, I'm taking the same brush. I literally just used this to put the bronzer on, and now I'm putting it into the concealer shade, and it's all good. It's not mixing or messing anything up. And if you feel like you have too much of anything with creams, like I said, you can't mess it up. You just keep on dotting it until it blends out. Okay, we're pretty much done. This camera is driving me crazy. Let's see what else I have for you. You can add eyeshadows into your tin too. That's gonna be part 2. I'm gonna do a quick eyeshadow shade tomorrow, show you how I fill in my eyebrows. Like, everything I need for my face is in this one small, lightweight, compact. Put it on in the morning, throw it in my purse. It's so easy to travel with. The only thing that this makeup line doesn't offer is mascara. So, to the color correctors. The last thing I'm gonna do is, if I still see some darkness that's bothering me, which honestly, like, I think I look fine, probably most days I wouldn't even mess with this. But just for the heck of it, if you're somebody who has like more discoloration under here, you literally just tap ever so lightly into one of these color correctors and tap it on the darkest spots. Flip the brush over. This is called the spot brush. It's got a very tiny pointy end there, and then a fluffier end on the other side. You could also use this as an eyeshadow brush. Works great for that too, because it's fluffy up here, and then you could do like under eyes here. And if you'll see, like, I said my eyes already looked okay, but see how much brighter that is than maybe right there. You're just gonna take this color and put it like in your hollows. I mean, we're talking, I'm not putting anything and you don't see it, you don't feel it. It is not gonna crease because it's like I said, it's wax. It's not really even like makeup. And look at how much brighter my under eyes are. Like, I don't even need concealer at all. If I want to sometimes, I'll just take the other side of that brush. And the secret with concealer at an older age is small brush, small areas. You tap it in the corner. Like I said, no more V's. Tap it in the corner to brighten up the center of our face. Bring it down a little bit. And then the outside to lift the eye. But no more under here. If you need more of coverage right here, you're going to take your darker highlight shade and bring that up, but we're not doing white light concealer. Okay, so let's add a little bit here and a little bit here. This is also a great way to clean up your eyeshadow at the end, make everything look nice and crisp, but like also lift that eye. I mean, how cool is that? I just think these little tips and tricks are so fun. And this is just like such a simple system, not opening up 4 different bottles of liquids and palettes where you're only using 2 colors that you like and the rest just go to waste. That's about it for my demonstration today. Like I said, there's all different sizes. Here's my bigger boy. This is like 27. And so you can, obviously I'm out and I do a lot of color matches on women in person too, who wanna, you know, and yeah, if you're in Sarasota and you're like, oh, that makeup looks really cool, 2 ways to order it. You can either send me a makeup-free selfie, and I have a slide coming up about that and how to take it correctly in the right lighting. I've matched probably 100 women by now doing it that way. So it definitely works. You don't have to be scared. Like, as long as you follow the selfie instructions, you're going to get the right shades. But if you're also like, oh, I want to get my hands on it, I just want to feel it and try it in person. You girls are obviously in Sarasota. Like, I would be more than happy for you to either come to me or I can come to you and you can try the makeup and I can color match you in person before you order. Like, honestly, like the in-person stuff is like kind of more of my favorite. Obviously it's more relational. And if you have specific like issues that you want to address, we can tackle them like more so one-on-one. I just did a party on Friday at somebody's, well, party, class, whatever. I like to say class because I like to be more educational. Like, I have no interest in doing like wedding makeup and stuff like that. I like teaching women how to address like specific things that are bothering them with their skin. So I did a class at somebody's office on Friday and that was really fun. Like, the boss was like, oh, I'm going to shut down my office because, you know, these women after tax season really deserve, eyelash hanging, really deserve a special treat. So I'm going to order them all a compact from you and then you can come over and teach us how to use it. So that was like so fun and that really like fulfilling for me. Everybody had such a good time. So yeah, so don't hesitate to let me know if you want to try it in person. So these are a bunch of different highlight shades because like I said, I'm color matching to your skin tones and undertones. Your compact's going to look different than my compact. That's what's so cool about it. I mean, obviously when you shop in Ulta and Sephora, you don't get that kind of, you can ask somebody for the help, but if you purchase something from me, like, I'm here for the long run. I want, you know, I'll jump on one-on-one calls on FaceTime and help you troubleshoot any kind of issue you might be having. We could always meet up in person. Like, I'm basically like your little beauty bestie assistant. So these are a bunch of different lip and cheek colors. Ooh, to me, that's the most fun part. I love blush. So these are a bunch of the different shades. And then on the 3rd level, I have eyeshadows, and even this eyeshadow like cleaning tile where you can go like this, because the eyeshadows are powder. I mean, we have a few cream ones, but these are powder. So if you want to wipe off one color before you dip into the next, that's a little cleaning tile. This is actually like a cream eyeliner. The options are limitless. They have wax, eyebrow wax that you could put in a tin in here. We have even perfume tins that you just rub them on. Oh, they smell so good. And then they make your whole palette smell so good. So it's just, I don't know. I just think it's super cool. So hopefully between today and tomorrow, you guys will learn a few things. And like I said, if you have any questions whatsoever, like I'm here to help. I love doing this. Reach out to me. Thank you again. Have a wonderful day.